Well, there's this thing that happens to everybody called aging, and it's 90% of all the sickness and suffering in the world, but no one seems to care about it.
David Sinclair, a prominent biologist, focuses on aging and epigenetics.
You go to your doctor and they say, yeah, that's normal. You're old, you should be getting sick. And I said, that's not right.
As a Harvard professor, he co-directs the Paul F. Glenn Center for Biology of Aging Research. His work delves into understanding the molecular mechanisms behind aging, potentially paving the way for interventions to extend lifespan.
We tend to think of aging because it's natural, something that we should just accept, but 100 years ago, cancer and heart disease were natural. You couldn't do much about it. But really what's happening is the body has this universal process that's leading to these diseases, and we've been slapping band-aids on the end product of aging and not addressing the root cause. And so in the future, we'll look back at today and say, why didn't we actually address what was the problem?
Sinclair has found that in terms of the relation between aging and disease, that we have been treating the symptoms and not the cause.
I care about answering a question. Yeah. Now, question is, why do we age and what can we do about it?
So what are the eating habits and specific foods that people can add to their diet to begin the reverse aging process?
And then even better, here's how you slow down or reverse it based on everything you know about you. So do this, eat this, swallow this.
You could reset yourself 10 years, and we're just starting to figure out how to do that. The monounsaturated fats, fatty acids, you get that from olive oil and avocados. Those are great. And we've just learned that that's a really important trigger for a certain longevity gene.
Olive oil.
Yeah.
These longevity genes are called sirtuin, or SIRT1. These genes keep us younger by instructing the body to repair and rejuvenate our cells. Extra virgin olive oil has been identified as a top sirtuin aiding food due to 2 antioxidant polyphenols found in abundance in extra virgin olive oil. These are called oleuropein and hydroxytyrosol.
The other important component of a plant-based diet are polyphenols, which are the molecules that plants make when they're under adversity, when they're stressed.
Polyphenols have gained popularity in recent years due to their antioxidant properties and potential prevention of certain cancers and cardiovascular and neurodegenerative diseases. According to Sinclair, consuming a variety of plant-based foods is highly beneficial. He particularly advises emphasizing plant foods rich in polyphenols, such as berries, fruit juices, red wine, matcha, olives, including olive oil, legumes, and a diverse range of vegetables such as artichokes, chicory, red onion, and spinach.
Wine is a perfect example. It's full of polyphenols, one called resveratrol that we've worked on for 20 years. And it activates these longevity pathways really well.
Sinclair advocates for red wine due to its abundance of polyphenols. Polyphenols are compounds produced by plants when they undergo stress, which aids in their survival. This stress-induced reaction enhances the nutritional value of foods such as red wine. It is advisable to choose varieties that have undergone stress, evidenced by dehydrated vines or fungal presence, as they tend to possess higher levels of polyphenols. Pinot Noir is particularly noteworthy in this regard, as it contains the highest concentration of resveratrol, an active polyphenol compound. Resveratrol, primarily found in grape skins, is associated with numerous health benefits, including potential anti-aging properties.
And I believe that we've evolved to sense when our food is running out. So we get that signal when our plants are stressed. So you don't want to eat plants that are like this white liquid lettuce you can buy, Californian lettuce.
Right.
You want these colored vegetables that are being a little bit stressed, a little bit dried out.
Along with wine, there was a study from Yoon which found that a 24-week course of daily cocoa flavanol consumption improved skin wrinkles and elasticity in women with moderate skin photoaging.
And particularly oleic acid's good, which is found in avocados and olive oil. That activates one of the protective enzymes that we study in the lab. It's a monounsaturated fatty acid, or MUFA. If you have a bit of olive oil, there's a supplement online that I get that has high levels of oleic acid in it that I take every day.
It turns out that oleic acid, which is in olive oil, is also generated by our own bodies when we're hungry. When our fat breaks down, we make oleic acid, and that's the signal for our bodies to fight disease.
I'm now mostly focused on eating plants. When you look at 10,000 people, what they eat, it's the vegan and the pescatarian that win out.
The medical literature on the relationship between diet and disease is steadily growing. Over the last decade, the possible connection between diet and many dermatological conditions has been studied, including skin aging. Previous studies have demonstrated that a whole food, plant-based WFPB diet can aid in the prevention and in some cases reversal of some of the leading chronic diseases in the United States.
I was on an Okinawa diet in my 20s and 30s. It's a bitter rice. You got to watch out for white rice because it'll spike your sugar.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But it's a lot of tofu, miso soup, green leafy vegetables, dark greens for these phytochemicals. There was a bit of fish.
According to Sinclair, omega-3 fatty acids, the building blocks of the brain, are essential for optimal brain function and overall health. While other animal meats lack these crucial nutrients, fish like salmon and sardines are rich sources.
So it's vegan, pescatarian, those are the best. Then above that would be, actually, pescatarian was better than vegetarian. A little bit of meat seemed to help, but it has to be fish.
Benefits are seen in those who consume less animal protein, but not zero animal protein. T. Colin Campbell, an American biochemist, showed that a diet of 5% animal protein turned off cancer, but 20% turned it back on in rats exposed to aflatoxin. Similarly, the work of noted longevity expert Walter Longo is an advocate for eating more protein after age 65 to maintain muscle mass.
So that's my fish intake is a pill.
You don't eat fish, or you eat very little.
Well, you know, I'm evolving my diet. So I've gone from a Mediterranean diet over the last 10 years to the last 2-3 months to all plant-based, no dairy, and no meat. But you know, I'm driven by science, and that's all it is.
Yeah, and I don't want to live forever. I would just like to leave the world a better place.
Yeah.
And I think one of the big things that we're missing in medicine is that aging is driving a lot of our sickness. And when we treat diseases, we're treating them far too late. We're at a turning point in human history, as important as flight and Silicon Valley and energy and crypto. The 22nd century is going to be about biology and the ability to control your age and the rate of aging and slow down not just body aging and heart aging, but even brain aging with these tools and age reversal tools that are just coming along will radically change the arc of our lives in a way that we can barely even imagine.
But it does tell you a lot. The fact that 80% of our future health is in our own hands is liberating.
That's really cool.
Because often we think, it's not going to make a big difference. It really makes a big difference how you live your life every day. Focus on that.